Welcome back to the channel and welcome to our review of the Apple AirPod Pro Generation 2 wireless earbuds.
Oh my gosh, I must be in some kind of strange dream because I think what I just heard you say is that we're reviewing an Apple product that you own. That cannot be right.
Keith? Hey, Keith. You're not imagining things. That's exactly what I said. We're reviewing the Apple AirPod Pro Generation 2s. But I do have to ask, are you awake enough to continue the episode after that fall?
We're awake, but we're very puzzled.
Yeah, I'm still just trying to wrap my head around Bruce reviewing and using an Apple product.
Keith, I definitely understand. And if you need a few minutes to collect your thoughts, I'm sure our audience would understand.
No, yeah, I think I'm good now. And as they say, the show must go on. But I do have to address the elephant in the room here. I have to ask the question. What possessed you to buy and use an Apple product?
Well, actually, I earned these through a program at work, and I thought, why not review them?
Okay. This is the kind of plot twist I was expecting. So in other words, you didn't spend your own money on them.
Nope, I sure didn't.
Okay, so let's cut to the brass tacks and see if we can make this a bit of a shorter review than our normal one. So what did you like about these Apple AirPods? And I don't know, are you catching the consumer virus that Apple has?
Okay then, well, let me just unpack those questions one at a time. I do like them, probably more than I was expecting to. You know, the build quality is good, all of those types of things. I did notice that you really, when you are getting set up with these, you want to make sure that you pick the right size earpiece. They ship 3 of them with it, and I might actually need to move up a step because if this earbud is not seated just right, what ends up happening is the outside noise kind of bypasses this rubber boot that's giving it grip in your ear and reduces the sound quality. So the sound quality is dependent upon you having a good fit with the earbud in your ear. And if you move around too much, you jostle it the wrong way, you may have to kind of slide it back in a little bit to get the noise canceling to work properly. I do find them probably more comfortable than a lot of earbuds, and so I've been wearing them a lot, especially for doing yard work. So they are a very comfortable, easy to kind of forget you're wearing them. I don't really get tired of feeling that feeling in my ear as I have with some other brands. So on the charging case, this is a nice element to have. I did kind of discover some things by accident. I was hearing some strange beeping at one point in time, and discovered it was actually the earbuds telling me I was overcharging them and they wanted to be unplugged. And then I hadn't had them on the charger for a while and had been using them quite a bit. And then I had another mysterious beep. Luckily, after spending so much time trying to find the mysterious beep the first time, because where I keep these, there's a ton of other equipment that potentially could be beeping. So it took me a while to kind of narrow down, what was beeping. It's kind of like the smoke detector, right? When it starts beeping, I could not figure out where the beeping was coming from. I finally figured out it was the AirPod charging case. So this is a nice piece. Just be aware that it's going to tell you what it wants to be charged, to be removed from the charger. And both for the charging case and for the earbuds themselves, I have to say that the quality is top notch. I mean, one thing that I would always acknowledge is that even though I wasn't quote an Apple guy per se, that I did acknowledge that the quality of the products tended to be on the higher end of things. And usually the pricing, kind of reflected that. And I wouldn't say that I've necessarily become an Apple convert. I would consider getting more, Apple earbuds, future generations, those types of things. I really do like the design of these units. Other products that might be, something that's going to take some significant more convincing in order for me to go down that path. Mainly because I just don't care for the operating systems that the other devices run on, and obviously that's a user interface and preference situation. And then one thing I think I give up being an Android user with these is, you're supposed to be able to touch these devices and get some controls. You can mute and jump ahead and those types of things. Either I'm not doing it right,
Hi. You're doing it wrong.
or you lose that functionality when these are paired with a non-Apple product, right? So I'm not sure that I'm getting all the functionality I could out of these because I have Android. Either that, or I just need to figure out the magic touch.
Yeah, Bruce, that was good. I liked all your points. I empathize with many of them. I would say we are an Apple household, at least when it comes to phones. Not so much anything else, but just the phones. And that's mainly just to be compatible with everything at work. And I'll be honest, I do like iPhones. It's good. But the thing that you mentioned about the extra, controls, tap to do this, mute, pass through sounds during noise cancellation. There's all kinds of things that you can do if you memorize what a touch or a slide and which air it's on. I don't have time for any of that kind of stuff in my life. I realize maybe I sound like a boomer, but I'm just not an earpod person anyway, and there's probably a couple reasons for that. I'll tell you what I've converged on for my daily drivers, at least at work, are these things, which are bone conduction. They don't go inside your ear at all. They just do, structure-borne vibration through your cheekbones right into your ear, and they sound great, and nothing goes in your ear. I think I like it because I can just put them on and they work. The other thing I guess I like, or that's driving my behavior, is I've had pretty bad allergies all my life, and right now, they were really bad when I was in high school. Maybe some of our friends from high school might actually remember how bad it was for me because I would sneeze so bad and watery eyes. But really, as I've gotten older, I've become aware of how much my ears actually do react during exactly the fall time of year when goldenrod starts to, flower. So I don't like stuff in my ears. I feel like I have to clean them all the time, even when I don't, because of allergic reactions. I'm just one of these wussy sensitive types. I don't like stuff sticking right inside my ears, I guess.
Yeah, Keith, that totally makes sense. When you got, whether it's you're flying and your ears are popping and those types of things, stuff in your ears can definitely be kind of an issue sometimes. So, from a usability perspective, one thing, they've got different level AirPods out there. These are the Pro versions. These are, getting a little bit older, although they're not the oldest in their line. I guess there's some talk that they'll come out with some cheaper ones, right? Maybe $100 or so price point. We'll see if that happens and when. And then, obviously they have the Max, and those are super expensive earbuds. And those are actually set to be, I think, replaced next, right? I think those are probably the next, update that's going to come out. And then these, I think they're probably due an update like next year or so. So they're not, nothing's, super eminent coming out on these. And, whether someone does that today, they get the, if you really need some and you got to have them now, then this might be the thing to do. But I'm also hearing some talk that across the industry, and Apple would probably be one of the first ones that's doing it, that they're going to have drivers that are solid state versus, the dynamic drivers that they have today. So that could be a game changer down the road.
Yeah. When you're talking about those solid state drivers or MEMS drivers versus the dynamic drivers, I guess you'd call them, that we have today, I think that's kind of what's already happened with microphones, like the microphones on an iPhone, for example, and probably the microphones built into these AirPods as well. They're probably not the best if you're an audiophile, and I expect when they similarly move the speakers or the drivers to be solid state, it's probably going to be a trade-off. The sound quality is likely to degrade, but I'll bet that the packaging limitations are way better, and they'll be a lot smaller, and they'll consume a lot less energy. So there will be far superior battery life, I guess, is what I would expect. So if they can do some tricks to make it seem like the sound quality is just as good and double, triple, or whatever the battery life increase is going to be, I bet it's going to be a big hit.
Yeah, and keeping in mind that, we're just talking about this technology making its way into earbuds. But today, right, for what you can pick up today, the Apple AirPods are widely regarded as, the ones that are best that you can get today's day and age. So, keep that in mind as you're weighing, a purchase, if it's going to be sooner rather than later. I don't know. I've always questioned the wisdom of like waiting for the perfect technology to come down the pike and then buying, because there's always going to be a new technology behind it. There's always going to be something that's better. You're just better off going ahead and getting something that you can get some value and some use out of, rather than waiting. Because if you wait for the best thing to come out, you'll never actually buy anything, because there's always going to be something better.
Okay, folks, there you have it. A non-Apple guy has tried an Apple product and liked it and giving kudos to it and is using it. That's a big deal.
Nice way of putting it, Keith. I might just steal that for the thumbnail and for the title of the episode.
Speaking of stealing, I am going to steal away to the end of the episode. See what I did there? Stealing away with the music, and it's a music device that we're reviewing. Get it?
Oh, I definitely caught it, Keith. So how about if we remind everyone to, give us a like on this video, and how about throwing us a subscribe if you haven't already done so.
And you don't want to miss when new content is released, so go ahead and click that bell and you'll get notified when new content eventually arrives.
Thanks everyone for joining us today, and for Keith and Bruce, you'll see us on the next episode of Dad's Talk Tech.